Welcome to 4774. So this is the undergrad version of machine learning in the University of Virginia Computer Science Department. So my name is Yanjun Qi. I'm Associate Professor of the CS Department. So just to get started, so the roadmap is I'm going to talk about course logistics, and then history and now about AI and machine learning. And there will be a rough plan introduction about course content as the last section. So I will only just doing the video recording when I teach or when I talk. Our one TA, I think mostly will be Jack, will act as a coordinator. Oh, there's a typo there. Okay, so please type in questions while chat, and he will read it out and ask me to answer. Every future our teaching sessions, I will split them into sub-sessions. So then each session will be arranged as 3 small modules. And roughly, so each module will be 20 minutes or maybe a little bit shorter or longer. So each subsession is a different recorded video just to help you can, you know, it's much easier to read watch a video that is shorter rather than longer. So that's the purpose of why I'm separating all these recordings and also separating each sections into different parts, small modules. All right, so this is the course website. I already shared to these collab links about this URL, and there's a syllabus, there's our rough schedules, and there's assignment, the rough plan of assignments, and also about the projects. So, and also the timing rough, what date we plan to have the quizzes, to have the assignments and the projects. So there are multiple different deliverables I'm expecting you for the projects. So the focus of our the focus in the end, it's about learning fundamental principles and algorithm design and deep learning method and applications. So, so this is my objective about the teaching. So I'm aiming for help students to be able to build simple machine learning tools, not just as a tool user. So I hope like you will be able to build a few simple machine learning methods from scratch. And at the same time, because there are some machine learning methods are really complicated. So I hope like after class, and you are going to be able to at least read the method at the source code level. And the other very big key results I'm aiming for this class is to you can reproduce or even can invent some cutting edge machine learning algorithm or application, and for good use. So I'm going to talk about this good or bad at the second half of this class. So I'm a big believer of technology are the true reason or the fundamental force making making people unfortunate, making less privileged crowd to get a better life. But at the same time, a technology will be misused, especially during the current eras, and there are actually, in fact, there's a lot of potential bad use of machine learning or more in general in the AI too. So this is the objective. And then the course staff member is me, and you can call me Professor or Professor G. So I really want to meet you in person. So I'm not sure if we can go back to the classrooms and maybe in some smaller scale, like maybe office hours after September get started. So I will try very hard to make that happen. So even though Zoom and all those online webinars make it very easy, but still, so we are a social animal, right? So it's important to communicate and to know you in person. And then we have two TAs, actually another more like a helping TA. So in summary, we have three TAs. And then the office hour has been already posted on the web. So in August, before the September 8th, we will mostly doing the Zoom office hours. And then later, let's see how things go. And then let's plan accordingly. And then course material is we have no designated textbook, but I already shared multiple good reference books. So so in the end, so this is a fast moving field, right? So a lot of things, there's no one book, there's no such book that just cover everything that we plan to cover, because we're going to cover a lot about deep learning applications, especially on the COVID data, those examples. There's no way there's a book cover that. So I will try as hard as can to make my slides self-contained. But I will share like papers or notes and relevant book chapters in our big table of schedule page. So those are really good reads. And we use Collab, so you should already be enrolled into the Collab site for this session. And then for assignments and project submission, we're all from using Collab. And we will have quizzes, so details in the next page. So the quizzes are in Google Form formats. We don't have exams. So the background is, so there are a lot of questions, in fact, about the prerequisites of the class. I already shared two links about the basics require students to know about, like linear algebra, probability, and calculus. So I think they're pretty durable if you finish the first year math requirement of engineering school. And also the other thing I'm more worried is about Python. So you just absolutely need to know Python and good, you need to actually program well. So that's the true prerequisite we require you. Please don't ask TA basic programming questions about like Python programming questions. That's no, that's actually no good. All right, so this is course background needed, and I'm almost in the end of the first module, and then I'm going to give you a few minutes and I will pause my recording. Then you can just ask questions. You can unmute yourself. So we have 5 like assignment. They're actually relatively large assignment because we don't have exams, right? So each assignment takes 10% of the grades you're going to get. And we have very clear policies about late assignment submission, and there's also excuse days. So please read the policy. And so each assignment, there are a programming portion. There's also a question and answer portion. So the assignment take 50% of the grade. And then there's 20% is about class quizzes. So like I used to do just in-class quiz. I haven't figured out the right way to do it, but I want to try at from next week doing just in-class Zoom sessions quiz. So let's see if that works. If that doesn't work, and then I will maybe just put it out at a special time, and then hopefully it will work for all the students in the class, and then you can finish it, you submit, then I close the quiz. So it's actually pretty short, but I require you to actually do closed book. So every quiz, it's about content from the previous week. So this is a very good, well, like a milestone pushing factors. I mean, you have to review. You just have to review the last week's slides and content we have covered and for the quiz. So it's more like a replacement of the midterm and final. But I prefer this more because this is much more frequent, right? So this, you don't, so some students actually wait until the midterm or the finals just to go over the slide to understand the topics. I think that's just too late. And the learning is a very progressive act. So the more frequent you're doing the preview and a review, the better you learn. So in the end, grades, it's not the end goal. The end goal is to help you learn better. So based on my past experiences, I found quiz, this frequent quizzes, it's a better strategy compared to midterm final. So of course, if we can meet in person, I will normally have a late midterm. But this time it's difficult, so I replaced it to have a big course project. The course project, I normally really like course project because I feel this is the true innovative, and then you truly apply, right? You truly either apply or doing inventions, or so it has a really big buffer to have your creativity put in it. So we have like 3 different kinds of projects. So the first kind, so I already see there's a lot of questions. So Jack is going to ask me questions right after I finish this course project page. All right, because I cannot record your audios into my video. So that's not allowed. All right, so the first type of project is we want to produce, it's more like a reproduce, or it's just to apply, it's more application type. So I'm going to start to write. So it's more like apply a method that you think it's good to the data. For example, there are a lot of COVID-19 related data I will post on the project page. And I will have a session actually explain the potential formulations of those tasks. So this is the first kind, is more like applied. So the second kind is for students, if you're not that totally interested in the maybe health and social application data, you're really like tools, like tool usage and much more engineering. So this is the second type, is I want to survey and benchmarking maybe a few different kind of Python, PyTorch libraries. So in fact, there's so many good libraries now. I mean, just to learn it and then figure out the right one to use, it's a difficult but very important job. So so the first kind is group A can have really great health and social impact, and the group B will have really great engineering impact. So the second type is benchmarking. So the last one is actually more research, or maybe research alike. I want like, so for those students who really like research more cutting edge papers, I cannot expect you to generating a new paper, but I think reproducing a cutting edge paper, it's mostly durable. And we can, there are just enormous places to select those papers. It can be from those top venues, from recent machine learning like ICML or iClear, NERPS. There are just thousands of papers there. So this is very much research alike. And it's difficult in some cases. So the third type. So in the end, how do you pick? It depends on your own goal. So what's your own goal? I mean, to take this class. and what's your expertise, right? So am I more a data person? So let me actually write it here. So this, the machine learning type of research, or maybe more general like data science type of research, there are three components very important. So what's your data taste? What type of data you like? Do you like vision data? Do you like language data? Do you like maybe medicine data because you care about health? Do you like sensor data? So it's data is a very big variable to kind of guide you about the choices. And the second is your skill. So are you like very into like understand the data? You're more like a data skill person. Are you very, very into like comparing the different libraries? Like you just like to make a new library, or whenever there's something you find can be this functionality, you don't want to do mediocre or maybe simple use. You always try to optimize, try to move to the most detailed that is the possible engineering details. And maybe you are the engineering type, right? And the last one is, are you a very mathy person? You like derive mathematical equations, understand really to the back what's the theorem behind all those papers, behind those intuitions. So that's about the skills. And this is another variable to consider what type of projects you maybe you can pick. So, and also, of course, there's also something called the resources. So there, I mean, I think, so we will have a few sessions to talk about like your, maybe using scikit-learn, learn PyTorch. So this class focuses on PyTorch. And that's the dominating deep learning library platform besides the TensorFlow. So because I think it's easier. So we are going to focus on PyTorch in our homeworks. But feel free, if you do not like benchmarking PyTorch libraries, you can do TensorFlow. That's totally fine. Yeah. So this is about projects. Okay. Oh, great. So this is the last page of the first module.